I'm Margie Patchett, Executive Director of Volusia Tax Reform. We've invited the candidates for County Council to sit down and discuss issues facing today's voters. This is what they had to say. Property values have been in decline while Volusia County has become one of the highest tax rates in Florida. What would you do to address this issue?
Well, that's something I do have experience with. As the mayor of Ponce Inlet, in the 3 years that I was mayor, we did reduce taxes by 28%. And then as the laboratory director at Burtfish Medical Center, I also cut the budget by about the same percentage over a few years. So I do know how to look at what's going on and find efficiencies that can be enhanced so that we can have a more efficient and less expensive form of management. So that would be my goal, is to look at the budget and look at the expenditures and look at the services we're providing and decide what we really need to be doing, what we could maybe outsource, what we should be cutting back on, and just reprioritizing.
Sunrail is under construction and slated to begin operating in 2014. How do you see it sustaining itself in the future?
Studies were done before Sunrail was started that did show that it would have enough ridership to support it. So the goal of the county now should be to look at those studies, find out what the riders thought would be valuable to them about it, and build on those opportunities. Clearly, having transportation all the way to the east side, to me, is a key to having it be successful. It needs to at least come as far as the airport, and then I foresee the airport as being a hub of transportation. It's already getting there with the air travel, and if you had Sunrail also going in that vicinity, you could have it be also buses and limos and other types of shuttle transportation. So I think that we can make it work. We have it, we need to make it work.
What do you see as the role of the county manager?
My opinion of the role of the county manager is that he is the facilitator to bring research to the county council, to explain the pros and cons of an issue, and then to let them implement the policy, or rather make the policy, and he implements it. He directs staff to implement the policy that the county council has come up with.
Name your top 2 priorities if elected.
Well, number 1 would be to work on bringing more well-paying jobs into the area. We do have great opportunities here between our 5 or 6 educational institutions that are training the workforce. We also have one very active business incubator now, and another one is in the works. Potentially there's another one going in on the west side of the county also. So we do have a lot of opportunities developing, and I see the county council's role as being a team member to work with those groups to increase the opportunities for our citizens so that they can have a better quality of life in our area, be able to stay here.
Superintendent Margaret Smith recently stated 58% of our children live in poverty. She also said 2,000 of our school children are homeless. Why do you think this is, and what will you do to help change it?
Well, the poverty obviously is what leads to the homelessness. The homeless issue has been a big factor in Volusia County for several years. I've been studying it for several years myself, and it has not gotten better. It has gotten significantly worse. There are, I believe, over 2,000 children now that are considered to be homeless, and that is just an unacceptable number. They have to walk 2 blocks to catch a bus so that people don't know they're living in a shelter and things like that. Obviously, they're not getting steady meals. So the two are tied together. And they are looking, some people are looking at some programs like putting a consolidated housing facility out on the west side of town so that the cities themselves are not carrying the burden by having the population of the homeless be concentrated in their areas. Daytona Beach, I understand Orange City, Deltona, they all have concentrations of homeless people. Therefore, they have concentrations of services that bring more homeless people. So I think that the county should be a leader in the financing on taking the burden off of these individual cities and spreading it out over everybody